Welcome back to the Green Means Go channel. Happy Saturday to you all. Yesterday was another day. Another day where I picked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 winners, but struggled to put them together. But hey, we're betting small units, and eventually, hopefully, the gambler fallacy would tell us that if we do it enough times, we'll eventually pair them up. Which is not actually true, but hey, that's why we play the game, right? Soderstrom, Muncy, Otani, Schwarber, Machado, Lindor, Soto, Witt, Vaughn, McMahon, and Raleigh. I look at this and I'm like, so really if I just would have gone Otani, Schwarber, Soto, and Raleigh, just played all chalk, just played all chalk, we would have been fine, huh? Is that what it takes? Just chalk? Maybe we need to do like chalky Sunday, chalky Monday, chalky Tuesday. It's not today. I didn't do chalk today. But maybe we need to work that into our daily schedule. We do have a new edition for Saturday, so stay tuned. We'll talk about what we're doing for today. We got early afternoon games all throughout the day, ending at 10 o'clock tonight out west. Carson Kelly, Seiya Suzuki, Paul Goldschmidt, and Aaron Judge are my leans for this first game. We do have Matthew Boyd and Max Fried. They're both left-handed pitchers, and the conditions are favoring right-handed batters. So I think there is a decent setup here, even though the pitching looks good. These would be the guys that I lean in that game. Game in Detroit, wind is blowing to left field. I would take right-handed batters, and the prices are actually solid. I'm shocked to see these guys at these numbers. Randy Arozarena 6-1, Julio Rodriguez 750, Torkelson 550, Gleyber Torres at 850. Game in Minnesota is one I typically like to skip just because of the park. However, Mike Burrows looks to be a very bad matchup for himself against Minnesota. A lot of these Minnesota bats look like they could have a day with Mike Burrows. So I don't know what Minnesota's money line is. I'm going to guess you don't get a ton of value on it. I'm going to guess they're the favorite today. But if you want to do your own research and look there a little deeper, I think there could be maybe value there if you play the right, first five or team total or maybe player hits or something of that nature. You do your own research. I just see preliminary. It looks good for Minnesota. O'Neill Cruz, Spencer Horwitz, Matt Wallner, and Ryan Jeffers are my leans. Game in St. Louis is not one I typically go green on, but green means go, right? It looks promising, and the weather looks good. I would take left-handed batters in this one. Olsen, Profar, Burleson, and Donovan would be my leans. Funny enough, I actually don't dislike the weather today in San Francisco, but the pitching is a mess. And overall, I just don't think it's worth even mentioning a lean. So it is a full skip for me. Game in Baltimore. A little bit disappointing yesterday. I was pretty optimistic in what I saw in that game, and it was a lower scoring, no home run having game. Hernandez, Norby, O'Hearn, and Westberg would be my leans. I'm not as optimistic today, and maybe that's a good thing. It looks pretty mild across the board. Game in Boston, no optimism for this one. The prices don't look good. Garrett Crochet looks like he could shut out this Tampa Bay Rays offense based on just numbers on paper. Alex Bregman and Wilyer Abreu would be my leans for Boston. Game in Chicago, we maybe need to discuss because it was extremely disappointing. With our round robin yesterday, we had Sosa, but it was from the first game. He hit 2 in the second game. We also had Ramirez for the first game. He hit 1 in the second game. I've said it once. I'll say it for as long as this video series exists. I do not like doubleheaders for that reason. It's frustrating, and it's just the way it is. So maybe we just need to run back, duplicate, carbon copy what we had from game 1 into game 2 every time. So we could have hit a Sosa Muncy in our round robin yesterday had Sosa just hit in the first game. Regardless, Ramirez, Vargas, and Luis Robert would be my leans here. Weather looks good. Pitching is kind of medium. Game in Kansas City is average across the board. Pete Alonso, Juan Soto, Salvador Perez, and Vinny Pasquantino would be my leans. Again, sort of chalky, but in this park, I think you have to go chalky. Game in Milwaukee, Brandon Woodruff is on the mound, but I look at the lineup for Washington and I think, is there a way that some of these lefties get after Woodruff? Now, I'm not telling you to bet Nationals money line. I'm not personally betting Nationals money line, but I look at it and I think, just from a value perspective, I do not think the Nationals should be the number that they are. I want to say Milwaukee was minus 245 or something like that. So if you want to take anything related to the Nationals being a little bit better than expected, whether that's with certain player hits, whether that's with the team total, whether that's with an outright money line, whether that's with a spread or an alt spread, whether if it's a first five, anything you want to look into it. I just think the Nationals have a few guys in this lineup, and by a few I mean 5 guys in this lineup who could get after Woodruff. Luis Garcia, Nathaniel Lowe are my leans, Contreras and Jackson Chourio on the other side. If you don't like anything for Washington, I think you take the under. That's what I'm thinking. Are we going to continue to put Cincinnati as green and have them be disappointing? If today's not the day, I don't know when it is. Bradley Blaylock looks like he could pitch to a blindfolded Cincinnati Reds team and the Reds would still put up 10 runs. Nearly everybody in this lineup against Bradley Blaylock looks like they could hit a home run. I'm very optimistic for the Reds today. And it is a very streaky team that can score 14 runs or 2 runs. So don't tail. Or tail with caution. Hunter Goodman on the Rocky side. But for the Reds, Matt McClain, here we go. A pronunciation challenge. Noelvi Marte, Austin Hayes, Spencer Steer, anyone for Cincinnati I think is in play, but I would focus more on right-handed batters. But the wind is not super impactful here, so you could probably get away with anything. Spoiler, one of my plays officially in the round robin will be from this game. So prepare to be heartbroken. Game in Houston, we have Valdez and Jacob deGrom pitching, so you get prices that are pretty good. I don't know if it's warranted. Marcus Semien, Adolis Garcia, Isaac Paredes, and Christian Walker would be my leans. It's a small park. It's indoors. I think the price outweighs the pitching in this one. So that's just my opinion. Take that as you will. Game in San Diego. Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Gavin Sheets, Luis Arias. Wow, who are you? Yeah, he matches up well today in this game against Zach Wheeler, which is crazy to also say that name, and anybody matches up well against him. Ultimately, it's a yellow. It's an average. I'm not going to play anything from it. Game in L.A., Marte, Gurriel, Ward, and Zach Neto. Zach Neto has been on a little bit of a hot streak, 2 home runs in back-to-back games. It's a good spot. This park continues to be a good spot. I don't think the pitching is exceptional, so focus on that game if you maybe want to look for a hot pot of opportunity. Last game of the night, game in Oakland. George Springer, Vladimir Guerrero, Lawrence Butler, and Tyler Soderstrom. This team has been hot, and they are hot at home. I mean, runs just get scored at this park. It's the temporary home, and I wish it would be the full-time home because it's fun to pick guys from here. Now, you could argue that that's built into the prices, but I honestly don't know if that's accurate. I look at some of these prices. Lawrence Butler, $450. Soderstrom, who has been on a tear, $480 at this park. Other options exist. So look at this game. I think it's another good opportunity. It's Kevin Gausman and Jeffrey Springs, I believe, or JP Sears, a lefty for Oakland. So I'm looking at righties for Toronto, but I think it's a good spot to direct your attention. All right, so what is today? Today is Streaky Saturday. That's what we're going with. So the rules for this are they must have 2 home runs in the last 10 days. Is that arbitrary? Absolutely. But that's what I'm going to call someone who is at least seeing the ball moderately well. 2 home runs in the last 10 days. I thought about a week, and I thought some teams don't play every day, like where they get a day off. So then you're talking 2 home runs in 6 games. It's hard to be a little bit more. You got to be a little more selective there. So we're going to extend it. We're going to kind of get the emphasis on still being streaky, but not so closed off that we have trouble finding some guys. So Matt Wallner, Jurickson Profar, Noelvi Marte, and Isaac Paredes is the round robin that I'm playing today. Don't tail, guys. We haven't hit one. It's frustrating, but it's the game we play. Round robin by 2s, by 3s, and then the 4-leg parlay is what I'm going to do. Good luck. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, I got to come up with an idea for tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow's Chalky Sunday. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. Just over 10 minutes. Let's get 4 home runs right here.